Yo, what's good? Today we got best action anime with amazing hand-to-hand combat fights. Now, if you watch anime, you know the swords are cool. The blasts are cool. But nigga, nothing hits harder than hands.
Fight back, nigga! Fight back! Fight back!
Throwing hands, bro. Whoa, 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 whoa. Look how they're starting off. This is about to be fire. Straight hands. The adrenaline rush. I get a boner when I do hand-to-hand, bro.
Underrated in the realm of anime. And then again, why wouldn't it be when you've got some world-ending powers and magic?
Like, this is real, bro. Like, hands, straight hands. There's something in hand-to-hand combat that elicits such strong reactions with each blow, either out of amazement at the animation or the emotions being shown by the characters. Today, we'll be talking about some of my favorite anime that heavily that animation is clean.
Combat fights.
What anime is that? Hold on a minute.
Talking about some of my favorite anime that heavily features some hand-to-hand combat fights. Magical powers aren't exempt, but I will try to focus on stuff that features more physical close quarters battles.
Bing, 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 bing. I need to see some real kung fu.
Hidori no Shita is one of those underrated gems that went under the radar despite having been out for quite a while. Well, it's hard to stand out in an anime season, and the nature of the source material doesn't really help matters. In such an underdog position, the best bet you can make is to excel at something, and Hidori no Shita did just that. Where else for a show that heavily features hand-to-hand combat?
If you watch this, like, let me know. If you watch any of these that I don't know, let me know what it's about.
Fight list due to how smooth and fluid these battles look. While I think emotional investment for those fights isn't as high for me, the actual motion and spectacle of people punching each other and doing martial arts feels like a miracle in itself, especially if you look at the latest season. If you haven't watched Hidori no Shita, you should try picking it up sometime soon. I feel it's a fun action series that deserves quite a bit more love. It's got 4 seasons currently, but it shouldn't be too hard to catch up on. We resume with webcomic superiority with the next entry, God of High School.
I heard of this.
It felt like yesterday when everyone was filled with hype.
I need to see some rock bottoms, some F5s, some attitude adjustments,
big sequels that included stuff like Snafu and the original storyline of SAO. Oh, and there's a ReZero season airing too, but no.
Nah, you already know my favorite hand-to-hand combat anime, bro.
And see how it dazzles you with the fighting, then you'd understand.
You guessed it in the comments. I'll give you
but when it comes down to the one thing it does well, it does very, very well. God of High School has some of the best and most hyped fights I've seen in modern anime, and it bodes well for the show that has an identity of being that Korean battle tournament anime. God of High School has since earned a polarized reputation, but if you're up for some awesome fight after awesome fight, then you've definitely come to the right place.
Can't miss a thing. You gotta watch it just like this.
Fog Hill of 5 Elements is next on the list.
Oh, that's what it's called. Yeah, this looks hard. Looks like it was like
we come back to yet another underappreciated gem, largely due to the same reasons as Hidori no Shita. It's shows like these that make me happy that I spent quite some time scouring through the whole roster of anime that gets produced every season from various corners of Asia. It makes me feel my efforts are worth it when I stumble upon these treasures. Fog Hill of 5 Elements, like Hidori no Shita, makes up for a lack of exposure and hype by putting its eggs in the basket of eye-catching fights. Eschewing the latter's modern setting, Fog Hill takes us to the ancient era of kingdoms and mysticism. It's got some amazing sequences that I've talked about in a video before, and you should definitely check that one out to get.
That angle is so underrated.
It's got some amazing sequences
like this right here, like the angle from like under, where it looks like they're like crouching kind of.
And you should definitely check that one out to get a glimpse of what to expect. This is a short 3-episode title, so if you've got time over the weekend,
only 3 episodes.
It's not a huge time invest.
Let me know if you want me to do like a watch it with you. You know I can't show the full episode, but I think I can like show some of it, something like that.
And if you like these kind of settings and elements of martial arts and history, I guarantee you're going to end up loving this.
I can watch that right now.
We resume with Megalobox.
This is on Netflix.
Oh, it's
And
boxing,
here
so I
comes
would
Mr.
assume it's
Action
hand in
Anime
hand.
of 2018. Oh, you don't know who that is? Well, there's this other video I made where under certain qualifiers I crowned Megalobox Action Anime of its year. It's unique
Of
in
the
terms
year?
of aesthetics in a sports anime, and
word.
it's filled to the brim with gritty and intense fights. Surely a callback to the good old
Oh,
days
gritty, I
of
wanna
Ashita no
see
Joe
that.
and the like. Megalobox combines the western feel with sci-fi, sports, and a whole lot of drama and emotion. As I said in that video, it evoked a sense of nostalgia for me, and it could do so for you too. The fights might not be as flashy as something from any of the 3 mentioned shows on the list, but the emotion and the impact are things that not a lot of anime can replicate. So make sure you check out Megalobox.
Oh, for real?
While we're on the topic of boxing anime, we can now move on with
Heard about
Hajime no
this.
Ippo. Nothing beats the OG, the original, the king of combat sports anime. Hajime no Ippo has been met with critical acclaim thanks to its immersive story progression, lovable characters, and mostly the fights that go beyond expectations. Hajime no Ippo
Bro, I'm
is
not
one of
an
the most
anime
honest
expert,
sports
like,
anime out there.
I
And
watch
in spite of
some,
that, much of the
but I don't
flair and
watch every
superpowers
anime
that
in
sports anime
existence,
often
like.
employ, it's
I heard
carved a
about a lot of
legacy
them,
for
though, but
itself in the history of anime. It's no surprise
Take my
the show
time
has
when
lots of
watching
intense
stuff, you know
fights
what I'm
that
talking about?
really make you feel the blood, sweat, and tears that these athletes go through in their race to eternal glory. Most Takamura fights should be a good starting point for battle enthusiasts,
That
but
nigga's
Ippo
face, bro.
to eternal glory.
gosh.
Most Takamura fights should be a good starting point for battle enthusiasts, but Ippo himself has a lot of those amazing battles as well. What I like about Hajime no Ippo is that it's not entirely about sport. The characters, the world and such all have their fair share of development.
I love
and
the
I'd say that among
speed
sports
on these
anime,
fights.
this show is probably the most
That
complete
makes it
among
like
them all.
10 times better.
And hey, if you've been enjoying the video
Oh,
so
yeah, he's
far,
done.
that subscribe button's looking real appealing now, I bet, isn't it? If you're one of those many people watching and haven't subscribed, then please consider doing so. Seeing that subscriber count go
you
up
heard
is
him.
one of the biggest motivators for any content creator after all, right?
You heard it from him
Subscribing?
himself.
Good. Thank you for your patronage.
I didn't
Let's get
say it,
back
he
to the
said
video.
it,
Real
so
Drive
you know
is
what
up
that means.
next, and this one's a banger.
Okay, we got women fighting.
This is a show that hasn't been talked about that much. Real Drive takes a lot of inspiration from the cyberpunk series of old that has quite the psychosocial or metaphysical backdrop. Think something like Ghost in
No
the
idea
Shell,
what he just
or
said.
even
I didn't bring my
Serial
dictionary
Experiments
for this
Lane, if
video.
we're to stretch out even further. While Real Drive didn't get a whiff of the popularity that those mentioned titles enjoyed, it does have one very special thing going for it. Awesome hand-to-hand combat fights. You should check those out if you want to find a reason to pick up this show. Combat enthusiasts will surely enjoy the show, and I hope that whichever type of watcher you are, you'll definitely give this niche series a shot. It takes a while to rev up and all, but I had a blast watching it from start to finish. How can we have a list featuring hand-to-hand combat anime?
Woo! Woo! I just got bricked.
Baki.
Baki. Now we're talking, bro.
Of
Now we're
course,
climbing the
Baki
ranks.
takes a spot on this list. Honestly, Baki doesn't have the most original premise out there. Young man goes on a journey to become the strongest person in the world. However, the show makes up for it in execution, thanks to its wild cast of characters that are full of crazy,
the perfect amount of
surprises.
blood, perfect amount
Baki's
of
become quite the cult classic. It's a show that I admire for being
the
on point with
animation
its goal
style,
as well.
or
No
the
slice of
character
life
builds
shenanigans
are
here.
like
None of the comedic
everybody's
moments
ripped
you've
like
come
that.
to expect if you're an avid fan
different.
of modern
I love
anime.
it.
Just straight up brutal and intense fighting all throughout. It's not like God of High School where the plot's pacing has been completely sacrificed in favor of the flashy fights. Baki has a pretty damn
I'm
solid
trying to get built
progression
like
as well,
Baki a little
with
bit. I know you
characters
see
that
a
are
little
pretty
something. I
fleshed
just came
out.
from the
This makes
gym,
you wanna
actually,
follow
like,
everyone's journey and dig
not
deep
even
into
10
their
minutes, 15
motivations.
minutes ago.
Baki's become my poster child for the saying with the proper execution, there's nothing that's too wild or crazy to work, and I
Want a
guess that
piece of me?
statement stands given the audience reception for the show
Where we
and
got
its modern
ads?
sequels.
Okay. Bro, I know the OGs are gonna be mad, but I actually didn't know that Baki was like an older show. Like, I heard of Baki the Grappler, but I was like, it came out that long ago. I thought Baki was like newer, like my generation. I didn't know his Bing came out. You know who actually put me on the Baki? My uncle.
I intentionally placed Baki and Gengan.
Bro, this is slept on, bro. Bro.
Right next to each other because honestly speaking,
people were hating on
have a lot in
this,
similar.
like, cause the
Both are
animation,
fighting anime
but
with journey arcs, both have the same
cause like
vibes
the
in terms
3D
of fights,
animation,
and both are as brutal
bro,
and intense as each other.
when is
Heck,
season
I wouldn't be
3
surprised
coming
if
out, bro?
Gengan Ashura ended up being inspired by Baki.
Bro,
People
my
have
uncle put me
criticized
onto this
Gengan
too.
Ashura for the CG, but I personally don't think it detracts from it too much. I mean, it's not berserk.
Bro, Cosmo versus that other dude, bro. That is the greatest fight in the show, in my opinion.
Or God forbid, Arifureta tier. I think that despite the CG, the anime still manages
Cosmo
to capture
just
the
stood
real
out.
important things from
And that other dude, I forgot his
emotional
name, bro.
impact.
The dude who just keeps getting beat up over and over and over. He has the long hair. He's kind of short. If you watch it, you know what I'm talking about,
who
bro.
all come in fighting for something. He had a somewhat slow start, but picks up pretty quickly.
Like,
and while the plot
Cosmo's
does seem
storyline
straightforward,
was just, like,
I myself
perfect,
thoroughly
bro.
enjoyed it. It's available on Netflix if you're up for some viciously passionate fights.
This show is different.
I want to end this list with something most of you are familiar with, and I think the best mainstream anime for it would be Naruto.
No words needed. Oh my gosh. Bro, I can honestly make...
One of the shows that's
I'm not even
spawned
gonna talk.
an
I'm gonna let the
entire
beauty
generation
speak for
of fans.
itself.
I know. Hand-to-hand combat's not the first thing you think of when we say Naruto. However, in that batch of mainstream shonen that took over in the 2000s, it's the one that emphasized combat, specifically hand-to-hand combat, the most. Well, you just gotta look at how awesome Rock Lee's major fights were. Despite largely being comic relief, he and Guy have some of the most memorable fights that made our childhoods. And of course, who could forget that Kakashi versus Obito fight? Naruto's a show featuring...
This fight
course,
here,
who could forget that Kakashi
I was sitting in front of my computer screen like this, like...
versus Obito fight. Naruto's a show featuring ninjas that
For, like,
barely act like
however
actual
many
ninjas
minutes it
become
was
equipped
straight,
with
bro.
demon beasts,
And
magical
bro,
eyes,
oh
and
my gosh, bro.
like,
Just
all
the
that crazy
entrance to the
doesn't
fight
overshadow those
itself,
epic
like when they were
moments of
both
physical
younger
hand-to-hand
and they
combat.
both came
I can
in,
still
bro.
recall how awesome it was when
Nigga.
Guy, out of all people, gave Madara a run for his money.
him the
Naruto's
beats.
had a long run, and
Kinda.
it's a journey that I don't regret taking.
Kinda
It's a
gave him
long
the
runner,
beats.
but if you're up for a long-running shonen with a lot of awesome hand-to-hand
Nigga.
fights while having so
Naruto,
many people to
bro.
talk to about it, then Naruto's a personal favorite and my top
My
recommendation.
personal favorite, bro. This show will ever hold a place in my heart,
So,
bro.
how about you? Which anime with the best hand-to-hand
I'm not gonna lie.
combat fights is your favorite? It can be something
Naruto.
from my list. or
Drop
better
yours in
yet,
the comments.
something
What's
that
your
I neglected
favorite?
to mention. I'd be
Even
very
if they're
happy
not on
to
this
see what
list,
you've
just
got
let me
for
know
so
some,
give it your
because I'm
best
looking
shot
for
on
some
the comment
hand-to-hand
section down
fights, bro.
there.
I love
As
them.
always, be sure to stay a little bit longer and browse the channel in case you see a video
But
that catches your attention.
This guy actually put me on to a lot of... I'm gonna check out this one. I don't know about that. This one's only 3 episodes. I'm gonna check out most of these, I'm not gonna lie. He put me on. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. Have an amazing day. I'm gonna catch y'all later.